guys, Jordan in the know here, and I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while now, and I finally have gotten to it. It's about the G4. I know this phone has been out for about a month or so now, but I wanted to share my personal thoughts and opinion on the design of this phone, and things that I liked and things that I didn't like, and things that I want people who watch this video to know about the G4, and hopefully they can benefit from this. The first thing that I noticed and really didn't like about the G4 was that it's pretty much a basic adaptation of the G3. It has almost the same dimensions, the same build materials, and the same design. The dimensions aren't a problem. I really like the size of the phone, but the build materials and design language are kind of what throw me off. There are some big changes and some not so big changes, and some of those big changes include a tweaked button formation which looks and feels better in my opinion. The power button is more protruded and the volume keys are more textured, and it just seems a little bit more mature. In fact, that's a really good way to describe the G4 from the G3. It's just a lot more mature. It's still subjective whether or not we can say that about the software, but that's for another video. This year's G4 is just way more mature in almost every way. The sharper, more refined corners and the thinner, slightly curved chassis give the G4 a bit of classiness that the G3 never could achieve. The polygon pattern has taken some inspiration from the LG G Watch, and it just looks a lot better and not as cheap as we saw on the G3, and furthermore, the G4's back is way stronger and less flimsy too. But the most annoying aspect about the G4 by far is its plastic frame. While they are flatter and easier to grip than its predecessor, its simple use of plastic makes it less of a desirable device and honestly not that much better than the G3. The fact that LG practically wasted their time infusing the plastic backplate with metal and not anywhere else on the phone is kind of a turnoff to me. Since there is a plastic lining, any scratches or dents are going to look more noticeable and really disgusting, and in my opinion, if LG switched out cheap plastic with cheap metal, this phone would feel a lot more premium and probably would sell a lot more. Another annoyance that I came across with the G4's hardware is its rear-facing speaker, and this annoys me more than the lack of metal does because I find myself time and time again having to pick up the phone, reposition it, lift it up off of surfaces in order to hear clear sound. If you like placing your phone on a table or in the palm of your hand while you're watching videos, the overall quality and volume of the sound is just going to go down in the garbage. It's a poor decision for LG in my opinion, simply because there's not a single benefit for placing it back there, and honestly, I would have preferred a smaller speaker on the bottom of the phone instead of a larger speaker on the back. Other than those few issues with the hardware, the design is a really nice adaptation from the G3. Even though it looks a lot like it, the phone still looks a lot better. It's slightly taller and pretty much better in every way, despite build materials. A few small touches that I've come to appreciate is the metal ring around the camera lens and the holographic pattern that's under the glass, kind of like we saw with the Nexus 4. But other than those few things, there's really nothing amazing about the G4 design, and there could be some room for improvement. And I wanted to include a few more things before I close this video. Despite the half metal, half plastic back, scratches still show up a lot easier than we saw on the G3. Gunk and fingerprints are noticeably easier to spot on the glossy plastic frame, and dirt loves to get underneath the backplate, and it's a lot easier than I thought that it would. Now, before you dismiss me as an Apple fanboy or an LG hater or something like that, just know that the things that I mentioned in this video that bothered me are things that I feel like everyone should know about this phone. Honestly, in my opinion, the G4 is a near perfect phone design-wise. In my opinion, the only things that I would change about this phone is this glossy metal, or this glossy plastic frame, in exchange for some sort of metal. That's the only thing that I would change about this phone, and that would pretty much make it daily driver material for me in terms of design. So, I'm sorry if I offended any of you guys out there. I hope that I didn't make too many of you upset. But anyways, this has been Jordan in the Know. Thank you so much for watching this short video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.